Hello, I am SquidofLove, welcome back. We are going to continue taking a look at the weapons of Star Citizen and their new stats and capabilities in the 2.6 update. In this video we are going to focus on the Size 2 weapons, and this is where things start getting serious because of their increased firepower, but also because of the fact that they are more reliable than the Size 1 weapons. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and take a look at these Size 2 weapons, starting with the lasers. The M4A laser cannon is a more potent version of the M3A laser cannon from the Size 1 category. Nothing spectacular, just a nice entry point to the Size 2 weapons and an affordable option if you are looking to create a decent and cheap laser loadout. Its projectile velocity is at 1781 meters per second, its range is at 2493 meters, its damage is at 110, and its DPS at 60 seconds can go up to 161.33. The cost of the M4A laser cannon in rec right now is at 800. The CF-117 badge repeater has the best rate of fire in the Size 2 category, and because of this has also the best DPS, can achieve the best DPS at 60 seconds at 197.60, despite the fact that its damage per projectile is only at 52. Its projectile velocity is at 1758 meters per second, and its range is at 1688 meters. The cost to rent one of these badge repeaters right now is at 1200 rec, and it is a great option if you want to create a loadout that has a very good rate of fire, a high rate of fire, and can achieve good DPS. The Omnisky VI in the Size 2 category, like the Omnisky III in the Size 1 category, is a more balanced approach to the laser weaponry of this category, and we can see that the laser weapons in Size 1 and Size 2 categories at least follow the same pattern. One entry weapon good for starters, one laser weapon with high DPS, and one more balanced approach. Its projectile velocity is at 1986 meters per second, its range is at 2443 meters, its damage is at 135, and its DPS at 60 seconds can go up to 150.75. The cost to rent an Omnisky VI right now is at 1600 rec, and it is a great option if you are looking for a more balanced loadout that has good damage and can achieve a decent DPS. Let's go ahead now to the ballistic weapons of the Size 2 category and the reliable Tarantula GT-870, an excellent option for offensive ballistic loadouts since its damage hasn't changed from the previous update, is still at 100, and it can also achieve a very good DPS at 60 seconds at 156.67. Its projectile velocity is at 1700 meters per second, its range is at 2771 meters, and the fact that its cost now is only at 900 rec, it makes it an even better option. This weapon has always been one of my favorite weapons in the Size 2 category, and in general one of my favorite ballistic weapons. The Sawbuck ballistic repeater is another ballistic weapon in the Size 2 category, and I will strongly recommend you to avoid right now because it is in a very weak state. The projectile velocity is at 1222 meters per second only, its range is at 1589 meters, and its main problem is that its damage has been reduced to 32 per projectile. Because of this, and despite the fact that it has the second best rate of fire in the Size 2 category, its DPS at 60 seconds is quite low at only 106.67. Its cost in rec right now is at 1000, and I definitely cannot recommend this weapon for ballistic or offensive loadout. The NN14 Neutron cannon now is another shotgun-like weapon that looks less like a shotgun-like weapon in 2.6 update. My main problem with the NN14 Neutron cannon in this update is its projectile velocity, which has been reduced to 855 meters per second. It is the worst projectile velocity at the moment in the Size 2 category. Its range is at 2394 meters. Its damage has also been reduced from 241 to 168, and its DPS at 60 seconds can go up to 159.60. The cost in rec is at 1600, so it is one of the most expensive weapons in the Size 2 category. And I don't know, it just feels off. I guess you could make it work if you can stay close to your target, if you are good with your aiming, but I don't prefer it in these parts. The Strife Mass Driver is another one of my favorite weapons from the previous update that seems to be a little off to me personally. There's no doubt that it is a very strong weapon. It has the best damage right now in the size 2 category at 210. Its projectile velocity is at 1856 meters per second and its range is at 2654 meters. Its DPS at 60 seconds is only at 147 and its cost in rec right now is at 1000. The problem with the Strife Mass Driver is not that it is a weak weapon, on the contrary it is very strong, but there is a better alternative, there is a better Mass Driver now in the size 2 category, and this is the Sledge 2 Mass Driver Cannon. The Sledge 2 has the second best damage in the size 2 category at 190, only 20 less damage than the Strife Mass Driver. It also has the best range in this category at 2816 meters. Its projectile velocity is slightly better than the Strife at 1969 meters per second, and because of its slightly again better rate of fire, it has a better DPS at 60 seconds at 164.67. The cost to rent one Sledge 2 Mass Driver Cannon right now is at only 800 rec, so it is also a more affordable option. Because of these stats and also the fact that it is basically a ballistic weapon, it has shield penetration and it deals damage directly to the hull of your targets, the Sledge 2 Mass Driver Cannon is at the moment my favorite size 2 weapon, and a much better option for me personally than the Strife Mass Driver. These were the size 2 weapons and their stats in 2.6 update. My personal favorites are the Sledge 2 Mass Driver Cannon and the Tarantula GT-870, two great options for offensive ballistic loadouts, but you can use other weapons like the NN-14 Neutron Cannon, the Strife Mass Driver and the Omnisky VI, depending on what kind of loadout you want to create and what kind of goal you are trying to achieve. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.